Hey, I'm Bing from When to Bing Travel, and for the past 8 years, I've been solo road tripping thousands of miles across America, usually exploring back roads and small towns in my SUV and tent with Lexi, my golden retriever. But this year, my travels are taking on a whole new purpose. I'm journeying to family farms all across the country to film a new documentary series called Field Tripping. Now, I've just returned from what was filming my first field tripping farm. I'm so glad that you're joining me today in the middle of a beautiful apple orchard on a place called Folks Farm. I'm in Morristown, New Jersey, and Folks Farm is one of the farms that I'll be profiling on the field tripping series on the Heartland Collective Code channel, which you can subscribe to soon. The purpose of this video and all of mine is going to be more behind the scenes, and so really this one was about, this is my first venture to a farm in the van. So was I ready? Did I handle it all well? What's it like being here? And what would I change for sure? I'm back in my own SUV for the moment, but I'm thinking a lot about the trip I just took. So yesterday, as I was pulling away from the farm, I stopped to record just a few things that were on my mind at the moment. Okay friends, I'm not gonna lie. I just finished filming, got myself semi-cleaned up, and I'm heading out to go home. This is the end of my first farm journey. It was amazing. It was everything that I was hoping it would be, but it was exhausting. So I am excited about sharing more with you. I can't wait to show you this journey and how this van is supporting the mission of field tripping, rediscovering the American farm. I think it's going to be great. So looking back now though, everything that I said there was true, and I definitely have a lot to learn, and I definitely made a lot of mistakes. But after the drive home and having a clearer head, I realized that those weren't really the biggest lessons that I learned from my trip. In fact, the biggest lesson wasn't really about the van itself. It's something that I've learned over and over, and I teach over and over, and it is that once again how preparing well, frees me up to be fully present. It helps me for the journey, it helps me with the people that I meet, and also with the stories that now I'm there to tell. And in this, I both succeeded and failed. And now that I reflect with that perspective, I can actually see dozens of ways that played out over the course of the last few days. So I'm just back from my 2-day trip, which again, 2 days. So my trial, and I have a lot to learn for sure. I also did learn a lot on my trip. It was fantastic and I loved every minute of it. But when I look around the van now, I see, wow, do I have some things to learn about how to be better organized, what needs to go, what doesn't, what works, what doesn't, and I'm just kind of just getting used to it. And then the other piece, just more on a, I guess, personal level, is I am absolutely exhausted, totally exhausted, and I need to figure that out and understand just how much this project is going to take out of me and what I can do to better, I guess, control or adjust my energy levels and how I approach the project, because it was awesome. But if I was out in the middle of Wisconsin, which I will be in a couple of weeks, then when that's over and I'm ready to now drive another 15 hours west, what's that going to feel like? Where today I was driving 2 hours home and I was like, I can't wait to get there. So some things I did well, some things I didn't do well at all. Some of it was because I just didn't know. So this was a perfect trial before I take my big trip. And I want to share some of these things with you because I think this learning curve of preparation plays out in all of our lives in different ways, especially with travel, I think, of just preparing the best you can, knowing that you can't really get it right until you at least try, and then coming back and honing it. So about 2 or 3 hours before I'm ready to leave, I decided to move the van a little bit closer for packing, and the battery was dead. This is not how I thought this was going to go, because I thought that I had figured this out and that by now my refrigerator was going to be nice and chilly. But no, I had drained the battery. So I thought I understood the battery. Clearly I did not. Now I understand more, which is good. Learning curve. preparation, and I fixed it myself. Another piece of that would just be back to the refrigeration. Something I did do well was pack my refrigerator well. So once it did get cold, I had drinks and snacks and things that made it so easy in the middle of the hot day of filming to just pop in the van and grab something and go. So that was something I prepared well for. Something else that was a win was staying on the farm. I was invited to stay with the van on the farm, and I definitely took them up on that because there wasn't a state park or a good camping option really within about 30 minutes. And I didn't really want to drive like that at the end of what would be a tiring day. Little did I know how late it was going to be, how tired I was going to be, and what a blessing it would be to be able to literally just hop in the van, shut everything up, turn on the AC on the generator, and get ready for bed. Like, that was amazing. So I'm super grateful for that. And that is a learning thing for the future. Knowing when I go to all these other farms, like, the more I can repeat that, the better, for sure. Some other benefits of being right on the farm were that we were there at sunrise. So all I had to do was open the door, Lexi gets out, we go for a walk at 5:30 in the morning. I didn't have to drive anywhere to get there. And we were able to capture some beautiful footage early in the morning when no one else was around and really see the farm literally in a different light, and that was amazing. I underestimated the joy of just having the van right there when I was filming, because when I was hot and needed to change clothing, when Lexi needed a break or I needed a break from her because of what I was filming, and I could put her in the van, turn the AC on, and let her sleep. What a blessing. Like I said before, needing a snack, needing a drink, everything. It's like having your little house, your tiny house with everything you need right there with you when you're on the job. I'm trying to tell you how great that is. Could I do that better? Absolutely, and I will be working hard at that for the next few weeks before I take up on my very long trip. But let me tell you that this created space for all of the freedom, all of the wonder, all of the space to think and formulate ideas and be creative, and took so much off my plate so that I could do what I wanted to do well. A few things I did very poorly. Need to have a better cooling strategy and dirt strategy for Lexi, especially if it's very hot outside. A lot of it is parking the van in the shade, and there's lots of things I'm sure I can do. If you have any ideas, please share them. I did get Lexi a cooling pad. I'll be talking about that next week when we do a video all about traveling in the van with your dog. I think it's important to note that in the areas where preparation was missing, my attention got pulled away from what really mattered. So whether you're driving a car or a van or pulling a fifth wheel, whatever it is for your travel, preparation definitely matters. And it matters the most clearly when you're trying something new. But there are also surprises along the way. Let me share one especially sweet one with you. Before I do anything else though, I have to tell you that this might be the best chocolate chip cookie I've ever eaten in my entire life. Homemade by Annie Kulik, who is the owner-operator here with her husband. Oh my gosh, look at that chocolate, you guys. Just look at that. It is just, fantastic. So yes, I'm preparing for this very big, huge, 10,000 plus mile, 22 state adventure that's coming up. And I couldn't be more excited. But friends, I started small. And if you are in a place where you're just getting started, then preparation matters for you probably even more in some ways. So I'd love to offer you my Going Solo Quick Start Guide. You can grab it for free here. It's just a download. And it will really get you off the couch and on the road and help you with all those things that you need to think about for your first solo road trip. So my first farm adventure certainly didn't make me an expert. I still have a long list of things that I need to figure out before I head west for weeks at a time. But it did remind me of something that I think has always been true. So the better we prepare for the practical parts of our travel, then the more freedom we have to really embrace and enjoy the reason why we're traveling in the first place. Ideally, what that looked like for me in the last few days of filming at the farm was that I was freed up to really invest in building relationship with the family that I was there filming and hearing their story and getting to know. And then less time worrying about the logistics. I didn't do it perfectly, and I will do it better next time, but I'm grateful for the opportunity that I had. And if that's just what a few days taught me, then I can hardly wait to get out there on the road for the rest of the story. I hope that you will join me, and Lexi and I will see you out there on the road.